Today we're going to look at potting balls when you're very thin on the object ball. So I've found myself on the pink here. It's a thin cut to the corner, and we're going to look at a few tips and tricks today to make potting these balls a little bit easier. So as you can see here, I'm on the pink, but the contact point to pot the pink is very thin. So the first tip here, the first thing to do is always stand up behind the shot and pick the line that the white's going to take before you even get down to the shot. Now I've got detailed videos on my channel about the pre-shot routine and walking into the shot, so have a look at those if you haven't seen them. So the first tip and the first thing I'm going to do is stand behind the shot like this and then pick out the line that I want the white to take. It's much easier standing up like this to pick a line than it is once you get down on the shot and you're looking around to pick a line. And then the second tip here is to always make sure you know what you're doing with the white ball. So you see a lot of people when they've got these shots on the pink like this and the pot is very thin, they'll actually play the ball and they'll hit it a bit too thick, and that's because they're trying to hold the white for one of these reds around the pink and the black area. Now in my situation here, I've actually got a red that's up in bulk, so I can play the pink and I can play off 1, 2 cushions and then up for this red that's in the bulk area of the table. If you haven't got a red in bulk, then maybe the shot is to start thinking about potting the pink and coming round the table and then back down towards the pink and the black area where these reds are. But the important point is you must always pick a shot. So I know what I'm doing, my white I'm coming off 1, 2 cushions for this red in bulk. So stand behind the line, I've picked where the white's going and play the shot. So now we're going to look at a little practice exercise that we can do so that we can learn the potting angle on these thin shots. So what I like to do, again I've talked about this before, put a little chalk mark on the table and then you can keep putting the white back in exactly the same place each time. And obviously we've got the pink on the spot, so that's going back in the same place each time. And then what we're going to do on each shot is we're going to pick the line from behind the shot standing up. We're going to get down on the shot, and then each time before we play the shot we're just going to pause at the white and just have a look and think to ourselves, does that look a bit thin, does it look a bit thick, or does it look like you're going to pot the ball? And from there we can start our learning process and start to visualise some of these angles a bit better. So I'm going to get down on the first one here. I'm going to get down and I'm going to say, well, that looks to me like I'm hitting that too thick. So I'm going to play the shot now. So that was a bit too thick there. And then because you've got your chalk mark, you can quickly put the pink back where it was, put the white back on the spot, and then we can do the same again. Stand up behind the shot. So I need it to be a little bit thinner this time. So I can feather up. That still looks like it might be a little bit thick to me, so play the shot. So with this, you can see that we're now starting to learn the angles and have a better understanding of what it looks like when we're playing these shots. So I know I need to go a little bit thinner on this shot now, so if I get down, now it looks like I might be getting close to potting that now. So there you go. So what you can do is you can keep getting down on the shot each time, and you can have a play around and just try to get a feel for what those shots look like. So pick the line of the shot when you're standing up, then get down on the shot and just think to yourself, does it look thick, does it look thin, do I think I'm potting it? And just start to get a better feel for what those shots look like when you're actually down on the shot. Now, a very common mistake I see on these shots is I actually see people aim up the pot a bit thick, and then what they'll do is instead of cueing straight, they'll actually cue and they'll throw their arm across the ball to try and hit the object ball just that little bit thinner. So I'll just show you what that looks like. What people do is they might aim up a bit thick and then they throw the ball a little bit like that. The problem with that is if you're doing that on shots, it's very difficult to start learning the different angles properly, because what's going to happen is sometimes you might cue straight, sometimes you throw your arm across the ball. So we absolutely, when we're learning these, we absolutely have to commit to picking a line when we're standing up, getting down on the shot, and then just delivering that cue in a straight line all the way through the white. So the correct way to play these now, and what we're going to do for learning, is to, once we get down on a shot, all we're going to concentrate on is pushing that cue through in a straight line. So we're going to push it through in a straight line, keep nice and still on the shot, and then just see where the balls go. So all we're interested in is a nice straight delivery. And then you can try the same thing with different shots on the table. So you'll find yourself low on the black quite a few times in frames like this. And we're going to do exactly the same thing. Stand behind the shot, pick our angle, and then even if we miss at this point, in practice, we're not that concerned about missing. This is where our learning is going to take place. But what we absolutely must do is just concentrate on pushing that cue through in a straight line. So you're going to pick your angle from behind the shot, and then just push that cue through straight. So I hope you found this video useful again. I think the main tips in this video are going to be standing up behind the shot and picking your line of aim before you even get down, making sure you've picked where you want the white ball to go and you've got a plan. And then the third thing is going to be always committing to cueing straight on these shots. So it's no good if you're on some of the shots throwing your arm across the shot and not just committing to your straight cueing each time. So those three things will hopefully get you a lot more success on these thin pots like this. So if you enjoy these videos, please subscribe to the channel. I'm going to be uploading at least one tutorial video just like this one a week on this channel. And also give this video a like if you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Cheers.